Oh my, here we are again. We are here and you are there. What do you know? Right where we need to be. So we have questions and answers, a little more on the book of Exodus. Scooting right along, we're ready for chapter 26. So are you ready, Nancy?
I'm ready.
She's ready, I'm ready. Let's get going here. Number one, how many curtains were to be used in the making of the tabernacle? We're making the tabernacle now.
10 curtains.
10 curtains. Well, that doesn't seem like that's enough to cover much of anything, but let's see what we find out. What were these curtains to be made?
Of linen.
Fine linen. What were the colors used?
Beautiful colors. Blue, purple, and scarlet.
God's not colorblind, is he?
No.
Were all 10 curtains to be of the same measurements?
Yes.
Okay. What was this measurement?
28 cubits long and 4 cubits high.
Now they always talk about cubits. So if it was, very often they say a cubit is 18 inches, sometimes 21 inches. We've been all over that. But 28 cubits times 18 inches or a foot and a half, that means that those curtains were 42 feet long. Now, take 10 of those, you got 142 feet, so this is no small thing. 4 cubits high, a foot and a half, that means 6 feet tall. Couldn't quite see over that, could you? A little more here. The loop of blue were used for what?
To couple the curtains together.
So we had a system here. How many loops were to be used to couple the curtains?
50 on each side of the curtain.
Loop-de-doop.
Well, it was long and heavy, so it would take all that.
Yes. How many tacks were to be used?
50 tacks.
Okay. Of what were the tacks made of?
Oh, what do you think? Gold.
Gold. How about that one? What kind of curtains were used to cover the tabernacle itself?
Goat's hair.
Yeah. How many of these curtains were there to be?
11 of these curtains.
11 curtains. Okay. What was the measurement of these curtains?
Here we go. 30 cubits long, 4 cubits wide.
Now we understand 4 cubits would be 6 feet. 30 cubits, 1.5 would be 45 altogether feet. Oh my. Well, we're moving right along. I don't think we want to sew up these curtains at this point. But this was God's doing among his people, and he wanted a place for his presence. And they needed something to represent their God in their midst. How many loops were to be used to couple these curtains together?
50 loops.
50 this time. Of what material was the tacks to be made?
Brass.
Brass. Well, no gold this time. What was to hang over the back of the tabernacle?
A curtain.
Okay. What was to be used for the sides?
The long length of the curtains was to hang over.
Yeah. Was any wood used to construct the tabernacle?
Yes.
Yeah. It describes it, and we won't take time for it. Was the tabernacle to be made exactly according to God's pattern?
Exactly, yes.
Well, here you are again. And this is a thing that we always keep in mind, that what we do for God is to be done exactly the way He plans it. Same way now. Same way with the church. Same things He wants us to do today. Exactly His way. Where was the mercy seat to be placed?
It was to be placed in the most holy place.
Most holy place. That's the back cube of the tabernacle. All was very important and according to the pattern. Now that takes care of the questions for chapter 26. And we're going to scoot along here and cover chapter 27 quite briefly. And I think you can understand, we don't need to stop and consider all the loops and the gold and the brass and the length and whatsoever. But God was building something here. Okay, in chapter 27, it's going to be the altar. Was there to be an altar constructed?
Yes.
Right there in verse 1. Was a pattern given for all this construction?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Here we go again. Build according to the pattern. How easy it is with human thoughts to figure that we can do something just a little bit better than what the Bible says. One question left on chapter 27, very brief, very good. What were the measurements for the court around this tabernacle?
Well, it was 150 feet long. It was 75 feet wide.
Okay, there you go, 150 feet. Now that's quite a ways. My gracious, 150 feet.
Well, a football field is 450 feet, isn't it? So it'd be a fourth of it.
So you can see a distance here that's no small thing. Yeah. And then 75 feet wide. So all of this was to be constructed. You think of the length and the width and all that was to cover, and the altar and the other items. How would you like to pack that up and carry it somewhere? So this was quite a chore and quite an undertaking. And this will take care of chapter 27 for now. And let's just think here how God wanted everything made according to the pattern, and that's how we learn to conduct ourselves in regard to God today. Everything according to the pattern. Not our way, not our will, but thine be done, on heaven and on earth. How about that? I think that's very good. We'll talk again next time.